Welcome everybody to our parent family education night on student portfolios. Tonight we're going to discuss our student portfolio process, what's included in it, and when to expect it. Right, we're going to get started just a second with that. So why does NEAT do portfolios? It's more than just about the NEAT way. It's about growing our students in a way that they can develop the skills to be self-reflective. And it's also part of our school culture. We do this showcase of learning in a way that they have to design and deliver an individual presentation that allows them to show what they've learned throughout the year in each of their courses. Not only do we look at their courses, but we look at them as individuals as well. And the portfolio helps with skill developments in the areas of communication, deep thinking and reflection, and employability skills, all which are really necessary in today's world. So not only does it help in their time while here at high school, we have feedback from students who have graduated that this portfolio process has helped them in college. Many colleges are now accepting portfolios or mastery transcripts as part of their admissions process. And it also helps them be prepared for future work sites, and it helps them set apart from other students. So what's included in our student portfolios? Well, the student portfolio does grow as the students progress through NEAT from middle school to high school, but in general, they have the same elements. There is a section where students can reflect on who they are and who they want to be. Then there's another section where they reflect on their goals that they've had throughout the year. As you're aware, our students set and reflect on goals in a cycle each semester. They also reflect on the skill sets they've learned, and that's the content in their classes, how their mindsets have developed over the year, and what skill sets tool sets they've developed as well. They also reflect on their courses, the goals they've had for each courses, and their standards-based mastery progress throughout the year. So what is expected from your student as they do this presentation and develop their portfolios? Well, each student will present their portfolio in class. If they're in high school, this might be during and also during their instructional time or during their Griffin time. In the middle grades, it's most likely during their home-based time or their Griffin time. The students are expected to dress professionally, just like they do for Expo, so that they can give their best presentation. They're expected to be on time for their presentation. Each presentation will be scheduled for about 15 minutes, and each presentation from the student should last no longer than 10 minutes, and that will allow for a panel of people who are receiving the information for their portfolios to give feedback and to ask questions. Now, we do encourage parents to participate if they would like to. You'll get a notification of when your student's portfolio presentation will be, and you're welcome to come and watch during that time. There is a rubric that the students are judged on. The rubric includes how well the student reflected and what evidence they gave for their reflection. What academic artifacts they had. Did they link their a project in or an assignment in that showed their progress throughout the year? Is the portfolio personalized to them and make connections through each of their learning processes? We also want to make sure that during the presentation, the student connects with the audience and is well prepared and has an appropriate presentation. And then finally, of course, we want it to be grammatically correct and free from as many errors as possible. For high school, the students have already begun to set up their portfolios. and coaches have already started to give them feedback and recommendations on their portfolio. They will finalize their portfolios in the beginning of April during their advisory or homeroom classes. And they will start practicing their presentations during advisory in late April. And then finally, just before the end of school, the last 10 days, students will be doing their presentations. For middle grades, the students have begun to set up their portfolios, and they will begin to finalize them with their homeroom coaches or their flight coaches and start practicing them in April. Final presentations will be in May. And again, you'll receive an email about when your student's portfolio presentation is. On that link. So this is an example of a portfolio. They are done.
Pause.
Hang on one second. So sorry.
It's okay.
Let's give you access.
While we do that, do you have any questions about what you've heard so far? I have access now. All right.
Okay. So we do our portfolios on a Google site, and you'll see that here it'll have the name of the student. The student can personalize this page as much as they'd like. There's a section for all about me. Just keep scrolling. And they have opportunities to show their neat way, what career path they would like to go with, how many community connections they've made, whether it be through volunteer hours, clubs, or sports, what they did for their expo project. And then they'll start their review of the year, and each course will be part of that review. Now, for high school students, they will also have a senior capstone that will be a reflection of all 4 years. Now, students keep these presentations and have them available to them year over year, so that when they reach the high school, you'll see that they have all 4 years of high school and all 4 years of middle grades that they'll be able to reflect on their growth from 5th grade to current. And I just want to, I did mention it in the beginning, many colleges are moving to allowing students to present a mastery transcript that allows them to show, which is very similar to our portfolio process. So NEAT will be developing a mastery transcript so that they can bring those portfolio items to colleges when they're applying to colleges. And that gives them a chance to show something more than just their grade, who they are, what they've learned from their classes, and how they've developed over the years.
Another item with the mastery transcript is if they're not college bound, it will also take the information that they put into it and develop a resume for them. So it helps take all of those learning objectives and evidences toward that and helps the student create a resume.
Great. I understand it was a really short presentation, but is there any information that you need or any questions that you have in regards to the student portfolios? What's included, what's expected? And I just want to emphasize again that they will be done during in school with their coaches giving them guidance. All right, well, if you don't have any feedback, if you don't have any questions, if you're able to scan the QR code that's on the screen, if you could please do so and provide us feedback on tonight's event. And this presentation will be uploaded and available for review if you have a family member or friend that was unable to attend that wants some information about the portfolios here at NEAT. Thank you very much.